Hi guys, I got bored while jamming and just decided to do this, and I wanted to kind of talk about a gig that's coming up and make it a bit interesting if what's the geeky side. So first up, on the 21st of March, if this is basically for anyone who can make it to the Fort William area in like a week on Saturday. I am playing with the Great Glen String Band at the Neighbour Centre, the main hall, which will be really cool because we always want to play that stage. But we're playing with the Key of She, which are a female-led choir, and our own stuff. So if you've ever seen the Great Glen String Band before, like if you're from the area, you kind of know what we do. Bit of jazz, bit of disco, bit of blues, R&B, that type of stuff. It's quite a big range of, wide range of music. Do not be turned off by just calling it the Great Glen String Band. Should be called the Great Glen Big Band, but that's that's an argument that a couple of us have had. So I just want to show you this drum setup, because I've always wanted to do this, and I always like go on YouTube and go like drum big rundown. So yeah, after I do that. So yeah, if you're about, the tickets are 20 quid and they are going to charity. Yes, I know I'm jumping between subjects. It's unfortunately who I am. Anyone who knows me goes like, this is David. Right, so just want to tell you about the drums itself. You can hear the buzzing, should probably turn them off. Anyway, drums itself, the main kit. You can kind of see the old snare there. It is a Gretsch Catalina deep cherry maple. I'll go through the old sizes because it's interesting. I do have a 10, but I've cut down this drum setup. Basically, I needed the right there, and so one drum had to go, and it's easier to set up for gigs. I do a lot of pub gigs, so it's like the less equipment I need, the better. So, the old snare, which now deep, very, very deep, counted as what they used to call a ballad snare. I don't know if they still call it that. This is a 14x5 maple, deep cherry maple. Everything on the Gretsch is a deep cherry maple. Held up by a Mapex snare stand. I do not know where the snare stand is. I kind of got given the Mapex kit back in the day by free, and that was kind of like my first pro kit before I started doing, before I bought this. And this has been with me about 5 years. And there's been a couple of changes, but the main kit's been with me for about 5 years. 14x5 snare, uses an Evans UV1. I've got a big fat snare which I'm going to be using at the gig itself for like bluesy music, just for a bit of a stranger snare. The Evans UV1, to my knowledge, it's a coated head that they put under a UV light. They claim it strengthens the durability and performance. I've used these heads, they can last quite a while, so if that's true, that's true. 12x8, I think I read. 12x8 rack tom. 22x16 kick drum. When I say these sizes, by the way, I'm mentioning inches. So yeah, because these are American drums, or drums are predominantly made in America, inches are the way they are measured. 16x16. The toms have got UV2s on them, so level up from them, but they're good, they're durable. I've only changed his heads. I've changed his heads twice in 5 years. These are quite new. Yeah, and toms are just the Gretsch arms. That tom is held up by the Gretsch hardware. The cymbals are old Gibraltars, except this one, which is an Iron Cobra 200. It did have a Gibraltar hi-hat stand, but I've changed it out because it's hard to pack up. It's like really nice and sturdy, so it's good for like studio work or like home stuff. But to like keep it like, what would you say, fold up and like attachments, all that type of stuff, it was a bit too complicated for me. Some people might be able to do it, I just found it a bit too complicated. So I bought an Iron Cobra 200, which Iron Cobras are standard in drums. You'll see them either that or the DWs, standard kit. Yeah, so that's all the hardware. The snare itself, this new snare, I've had for about 2 years, which I'm surprised about. A little over like 1.5 years. It is a Gretsch full range. Used to be called the Gretsch Taylor Hawkins Signature, but they just changed everything to the full range series. I think that was even before he died. But yeah, this is a black nickel over steel. It's my first metallic snare, and it's very, very good. It holds. And I put a new head on it literally a couple of days ago. I want to say Sunday I put this head on. It is called the Power Center Reverse Stop. If you know Remo, this is kind of like to drummers, it's Ever's version of the control sound. And it has a Remo snare hazy on the side. All these have G2s on the bottom. G1s or G2s? I think it's G1s. I want to say G1. Resin heads are clear heads, and basically drums use two heads to bounce off each other, and that's what gives them that kind of sound. And to my knowledge, I think these are just the normal Gretsch snares. I think I haven't changed them out. Yeah, these are just the standard Gretsch snares. Okay, now cymbals. Arguably the most important cymbal, the hi-hat. Also got this minor chin ring, they call, and I bought this because this hi-hat is good, but it's not as like that. So what this does is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bells on a metal ring. Makes it a lot more sharp and brighter. It's good for like rock music when you're like playing snare against a hi-hat, especially when on the ride. Makes it more loud, essentially. This can be ages. This and this are my two older cymbals. These are new gen Sabian AEXs, both mediums. Medium hi-hat 14 inches or 35 centimeters, because I can tell they're on this cymbal. Or the ride is a 21 inch, 53 centimeters. The newest cymbal is a nice dry thing. I believe it's sandblasted. I think I got this modified off eBay. Very nice price. It's called Estable Agop Turk, and it's sandblasted and it is dry. It's very dry, so it's very good for fast crashes. So it'll come and go. It does have a bit of resonance, but the main snare main sound, just kind of goes, which is brilliant. And then old gen Sabian AEX, which I prefer the old Sabian logo. If you want to look up new Sabian logo, it is ugly. It's 18 by 45, 18 inch crash, and a 45 centimeters. This is a DW. I can't remember the exact number, but it's a DW still. Very good still. It's double braced. Oh yeah, all these stands are double braced, I should probably say. If you know mic stands are they're basically like mic stands. But they've got the very sturdy. This one is just a normal one, but these two have goosenecks. What I mean by goosenecks is like they'll come out of the normal stand, and that's how the ride sits at that. This one can, but I just prefer just to keep it as a normal stand. Normal Gibraltar kick. I do not know the model of Gibraltar kick. There'll probably be somebody telling you what it is. Drum bag. I've got a Rise, I think you call it. Main sticks. Pro Maps. I've got 7As for jazz stuff and lighter rock stuff. I think I can use it for lighter rock. I've not been brave enough to do. If you don't know, these sticks are super thin, very good for jazz, and just like very or softer playing ish. Drums allowed. Anyone who knows drums are allowed. Who doesn't have a pair of Vic Flaps? Any drummer has probably picked up a pair of Vic Flaps. I don't really want to use these as much. These things are skin tearers. They tear it off. I had one pair of it and it's almost teared a bit of my skin off. I know a bit gross, but I think I'm going to get grips on these. Normal 5As, Pro Maps, Hickory, Bowie, and all these sticks are Hickory. I did play oak for a while. I thought they were going to be a bit more sturdy, but they just weren't, and so Hickory, they're a bit more cheaper, and I feel like they last a bit longer. Thick brushes, or wire brushes, which basically very good for jazz stuff, snare work, that kind of like vinyl scratches. So yeah, very good. I'm starting to use these a lot, especially with the swing band. mallets, anyone who knows any orchestra, that kind of timpani sound, or that sound. Very, very iconic sounding music, if you guys know it. Another pair of Vic Favs and hot rods, which I should probably buy a new pair because look at that. Lovely and chewed up, but they are expensive. But they do me well, but I will buy some other pairs. They're good for practicing with bands, especially if you're playing in small rooms or small gigs. Used these a lot for a Keeley band gig I did 7 years ago now. Almost 7 years. It was scary. But yeah. Okay. So that is my drum setup. Have I forgotten anything? Just double checking. Oh, if anyone's interested, tune these up with drum keys. Basically Allen keys that you put on these and you tighten, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Hopefully you found this quite interesting. But yeah, again, all this setup and this thing will be used on the 21st of March. This 21st March 2026 at the Never Centre. I think it's around about 7 o'clock the gig starts. I could be hugely wrong. Just in my head, gigs tend to start around about 7. And it's a good music of musical theatre, jazz, rock, pop, whatever. It's going to be a nice evening, and it's going to be, there's cocktails, it's cabaret style seating, so it's all sitting around in like tables. And yeah, should be all good fun. Hopefully to see you there. And oh yeah, what my drums are sitting on. Apologies, this is just typical David. I don't know if you can see this. You can probably see it on the back of the video because I've got the camera. You're just sitting on a mic stand with a phone thing, like a phone mount. This is a protection racket, which as you will, my cases, all my drums were sitting. I'm moving about. I've been given a big box as well. That's top secret, where I got that box from. This is just a drum mat. I could give you the sizes, but it's just stolen. But anyway, it stops the drums from sliding because drums will slide because obviously you hit something that's going to move. So yeah, drum size, it's just a drum mat and one of the best things I bought. Hard to hoover, but it's brilliant. So yeah, that's my drum set. Again, 26th of March, Never Centre. Be there if you can. Never Centre Fort William. If you've been to Fort William before, you know where the thing is. But yeah, well worth coming along. 20 quid a ticket, 150 seats. And it should be a good night. Maybe it'll be upgraded. Who knows? Anyway, I shouldn't probably say that. I don't think it's going to be upgraded, but I'm just saying 150 would be quite nice. 20 quid a ticket, and it goes to Macmillan Cancer Trust. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys when I catch you guys.